We all love the advantages of cosmetic dentistry, makeovers, veneers, whitening, but does dental insurance cover cosmetic dentistry? That's a question that's often getting asked, and we're here with Dr. Pashmini to discuss that today. Welcome.
Thank you.
So I have my insurance. Can I come in for a makeover? How does it work with cosmetic dentistry?
In an ideal world, you would expect your dental insurance to cover everything. But one thing that we need to understand is dental is very separate, very different than medical insurance. Dental insurances, and they're not on the patient's side. What they're thinking about is they want to keep money in their pockets, meaning that they have all these little sidelines or little notes at the bottom of your policy that says, unless it's medically necessary, they're not going to cover that. So that sometimes even includes orthodontic treatment. Your insurance might show that, hey, you can get orthodontics and we pay for the whole thing. We pay for up to 50% of it. We pay $3,000 for it. And you come in and we submit it and say, nah, your teeth were not messed up enough for us to cover that. So at the end of the day, general rule of thumb is cosmetic dentistry. It is not covered by insurance because it's not something that is medically necessary for the patient. They don't see it as necessary. They sometimes, now it depends again also what we're talking about as far as cosmetics. So let's say you come in and you've chipped a front tooth and all you want is fix that chip, and I can do that with a filling and we can show it on the x-ray that the tooth was chipped, then for sure they're going to pay for that as a filling. But if you come in and your tooth is discolored and we actually cannot fill it anymore, we have to put a veneer on the tooth. Most often than not, veneers are not a covered benefit. So they will, sometimes we work with the patients if it's a tooth that we think maybe the insurance will pay for a crown on this tooth. So we'll try to utilize what we think the insurance will cover. But for the most part, if it's just for cosmetic reasons, things like veneers, even gingival recontouring. So you don't like the gummy smile and we're trying to recontour the gums back. That is not covered by dental insurance. Tooth whitening, it is definitely not covered by
Yeah, no, I don't
insurance.
think
So
anybody expects whitening to be covered. So,
yeah, I mean, I get patients asking me all the time because, patients pay high premiums for these dental insurances, and ideally we want them to cover everything, but they
right.
don't. They don't. They usually pay for the cheapest option to fix a problem. So let's say you're missing a front tooth. You want an implant to get that tooth. For you, it's medically necessary. We think it's necessary, but they don't consider an implant a medical necessity. So they're going to go down to the lowest option of paying for a removable flipper, regardless of how cosmetic or non-cosmetic it is.
Right.
So, yeah,
Well,
it's worth it. It's a good investment,
sure.
having a nice smile, but unfortunately, dental insurance will most often than not pick that up.
I don't think that's a big surprise to a lot of folks, but everybody wants to obviously put out their best smile. Sometimes things can be covered, if, as you said, chips or things like that. But if you want the whole treatment plan to look your best, probably going to be paying outside of insurance. So
Exactly.
informative, probably well understood, but as you said, people are going to be asking that. So informative as always. Appreciate your insight and time.
Of course. Thank you.
All right, take care.
You too. Bye-bye.